A world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations.
If you're looking for the real help, babybar.online.
Hello, this is the BP Learned Hand with FYLSC Real Help to get you through that baby bar. Today we are introducing you to some interesting characters that'll help walk you through strict liability and tort.
I am Sir Reginald Tort III of the House Strict Liability. Let me introduce you to my extended family. Good day to you. I am Jim Jippington Esquire. I was titled by the Queen herself after eating the face of my strictly liable owner. I am now the Lord of the House of Dangerous Animals. Good day, sir. I am Albert Alligator. I was lorded after multiple swimmers died after swimming in my ever-so-profitable alligator farm. I am not nervous, despite the hundreds of lawsuits I am facing for the production and sales of the Snever mechanical baby tickler. I am Snever Sneed, King of Wall Street and the Baron of Broken Promises.
I'm Nellie the Negligence Horse. Per se, I once owned and operated a successful string of daycare centers. And then one fateful day I went out riding, leaving the children unattended next to the highway. That's when the auditors came a-knocking.
So we got to meet some interesting characters. Here we have Chimp Chimpington. He was titled by the Queen herself, so he's a very important guy. He is the Lord of the House of Dangerous Animals. Remember, with your torts, your strict liability torts for dangerous animals, one is strictly liable for personal injuries inflicted by his animals if it has known and dangerous propensities. That known and dangerous propensity is one of those key words you're going to remember. Known and dangerous propensities are shown if he knew or had reason to know of the dangerous quality of animal. Wild animals generally are known as known and dangerous propensitied animals. They're not customarily devoted to the service of humankind. That's another key phrase to remember. Now, domestic animals have known and dangerous propensities only if a reasonable owner would have realized that the animal presented a danger of death or injury. So I'm sure that we have all heard in our previous lectures that every dog is given one bite. That is not true, because if a reasonable owner would have known of these dangerous propensities, then you don't need that bite. Now, the defendant is strictly liable for any trespass to land or chattel of the plaintiff by the wild animal or livestock possessed by the defendant. Now, once you get through establishing that this is a dangerous animal, remember to do your causal connection analysis. You have to do your actual and proximate cause, you have to do your damages and your defenses. These are some interesting characters. Hopefully they'll help you memorize this stuff. The next character that we met was Albert the Alligator. Now, Albert the Alligator is in charge of your dangerous activities. So an activity is considered dangerous if it has three things, right? If it creates a risk of serious injury, and that risk cannot be eliminated by the exercise of due care, and the activity is not usually conducted in that area. So Albert the Alligator is operating an alligator farm in the middle of a neighborhood. I would consider that a dangerous activity. Once again, don't forget to do your cause, your approximate, your actual cause analyses, your damages, and your defenses. Then we run into the Snevel character. Now, Snevel Sneed is the king of broken promises and Wall Street. He is our strict product liability and tort representative. Now, remember, strict product liability and tort is invoked when a defective product for which the defendant is responsible causes injuries to an appropriate plaintiff. So this is very much like our negligence analysis, but instead of having duty and breach of that duty, we have proper parties and then we have defective product. A proper defendant is one in the chain of manufacturing, distribution, or supplying of a particular defective product. Now, a proper plaintiff is any plaintiff injured while using the defective product, or if they were a reasonable foreseeable bystander. A majority of jurisdictions impose strict liability where a product is in a defective condition, unreasonably dangerous. Now that's a key phrase that you're going to want to remember. Defective condition, unreasonably dangerous. Now, the three main types of flaws are the manufacturing flaws, design flaws, and failure to warn. Remember, manufacturing flaws are when the product is manufactured in a form other than the manufacturer intended. Design flaws are products manufactured as intended, but they still come out presenting a danger of injury from the design. Now, failure to warn, also known as inadequate warning or lack of warning, is shown where the manufacturer knew or reasonably should have known of a danger presented by the product and failed to take the precautions a reasonable person would have taken to warn adequately of that danger. Now, remember, there's an exception to this known and obvious danger rule. The most frequent used formulas for determining when a product is sufficiently defective is the consumer expectation test, the danger utility test, and the hindsight negligence test. When you're prepping for the FYLC, you're also going to know your alternative design as well. Finally, bringing up the end here is Nellie the negligence horse, per se. So this is our negligence per se. And remember, negligence per se comes where the defendant's conduct violates a statute, right? And we know that this statute, the injury caused by the defendant's conduct must be the type of conduct which the statute was intended to prevent. The plaintiff must be a member of the class intended to be protected, and the defendant's violation must not be excused. So you're going to have to show those three elements to this statute to show a negligence per se. Now, we have met our fun characters. We have met our Chimpington. Remember, we have our dangerous animals. We've met our Alligator, which we have as our dangerous activity. We've met this Snevel Sneedville, or Snevel Sneed, who is our strict product liability and tort. And then we've met Nellie, the negligence horse, per se. So she's our negligence per se. And these are our characters in our strict liability discussions. Well, thank you for joining us on this journey through strict liability. My name is the BP Learned Hand. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and come back every day to see what we've got new for you.